Man, listen, this new Ray Vaughn project, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, is amazing. But it got me scratching my head because it is considered a mixtape, but it sounds like an album. Now, back in my day, a mixtape was basically a playlist of songs that you got off the radio. Because back when I was younger, there was no iPods. Nobody had computers like that, at least I know of. They didn't have computers, so we didn't have like iPods and MP3 players. I literally would listen to the radio, press the record and play button, and I would, whatever I get off the radio, that's what I would have. And that was kind of like my mixtape. It was just a playlist of songs that I got off the radio that I wanted to hear over and over and over again. So over time, the term mixtape turned into a PR term that, if you ask me, labels try to hide behind just in case the project doesn't work. I honestly have just been calling things projects recently because the term mixtape is just like the same thing with a conscious rapper. Like, is he a conscious rapper or is he a backpack rapper? It's just certain terms in hip hop that are just way too confusing. If you just ask me, these are projects, right? I don't care whether it's a mixtape or it's the album. As I'm literally making this video, Ray Vaughn is on Twitter right now tweeting back to a fan talking about mixtape, because the fan is like, this ain't no mixtape, you know, alluding to the fact that it sounds so good that why is it being considered a mixtape? It should be considered an album. And Ray Vaughn is saying, man, my album gonna hit way harder. And I'm just like, why? This is good. Stand on this. Same thing with Doechii, Alligator Bites Never Heal. That sounded like a album to me. But like I said, I just call everything projects because I don't understand the mixtape. I don't understand the difference. Like I said, what I'm hearing nowadays is not mixtape. So let's go off into this Ray Vaughn project.
Niggas at your business out, that's why I'm always scared to vent. And they say they love me all the time, but I still ain't convinced.
First thing first, the project starts off with a song called Flockers. Flockers Remorse. Now, flockers are people who rob, right? They're flockers. They're flocking, they're robbing, they stealing, they willing, they dealing, they trying to get that paper, and usually is by taking some other stuff. And this song is an amazing, impressive, brave way to start a project in 2025 because it has a sample from R. Kelly.
Sometimes when nights could get long, my nigga. Sometimes I feel like they be wrong, my nigga.
And the sample is the song I Wish, which is one of my favorite R. Kelly songs. So it starts off with a bang. The flip on the I wish, that flip, phenomenal. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. From 1 to 11, your man did not miss. If you listen to this project, if you haven't go listen to this project, you need to go listen to this project. Overall, what I'm getting from this album, this don't give me mixtape vibes. This don't give me, oh, this is just a bunch of songs I was working on here, put them together. No, this sounds like a cohesive project. And the first song tells you what you're about to get into. This is deep. It is a deep listen. It isn't just something to just put on to have fun. There is some hype songs on there, but it definitely is very deep. It's very conscious. Another conscious album. I mean, if you ask me, yeah, he talking about robbing, he called him out stealing, but he trying to pay them bills. He trying to, you know, he got a baby mama. You hear all these issues. This is like the reverse of West Side Boogie. I'm a big West Side Boogie fan, and West Side Boogie seems a little bit more on the conscious tip. Ray Vaughn seems more on the street tip. But if you ask me, they both got the same goals. They got baby mamas. They try to pay them bills. But this project definitely sounds very conscious, and that's why it got me confused, because it sounds more like a cohesive project. It does not sound like a mixtape with just Lucy's. But Flockers Remorse starts off with a bang, uses the R. Kelly flip. Then we go to XXXLT, and this song.
Now he knows little nigga, name Vine, Long Beach, Monroe, don't die, dress up the family members, don't buy.
Is a little bit more upbeat, and it has one of my favorite lines on the album, and that is,
Big Worm should've shot Craig, yeah, and blamed it on Kanye, man.
I thought that was really dope. Overall, amazing. I feel this joint in my soul. A hype song gets you going when I'm riding back home from taking my kids to school and doing all the things that I'm doing. I've been throwing on XXXLT all weekend, and it's just been getting me through. So XXXLT, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. I would give it like an 8 out of 10. Flockers Remorse, I would give that like a 9 out of 10. Perfect song. Throughout all of this, you can definitely hear that Kendrick influence, that TDE sound, that J-Rock, that Schoolboy Q, that Absol. You can hear the influence on this project. Now we go into Dollar Menu. Now Dollar Menu is within the title of the album, and I think it sounds really like Phil. It starts off sounding like Phil from Kendrick Lamar, and then it starts off sounding like more of its own song. But the beginning of the song definitely sounds like it was inspired by Phil off of Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
Mama Aoki, stepped out a dope fiend, know how to sell drugs, know how to sell dreams, age of 14.
Amazing song, Dollar Menu, love it. I love the way the beat switches. I love how he changes it and transitions to something else. Another really, really good song. Yo, I remember living off the Dollar Menu when I worked at my first job at Nike. Had to figure it out. Got kicked out of my godparents' house. Had to, you know, put it together. And then that Dollar Menu used to save my life, bro. I used to be able to get a McDouble, a small fry, and a $1 sweet tea for like $4.50. Still have 50 cents. Now the Dollar Menu, y'all don't know nothing about the Dollar Menu, but the Dollar Menu back in the days used to save lives. So I really like this song.
Yeah, started off broke, now I got that money on Blicky, I got it with me. Yeah.
I really appreciate this song. Dollar Menu, like, again, it feels, you gonna get the feels out of this. This ain't something you just put on and just have a good time. This is a feel. You feel this album. Next song is Flat Shasta, which is very much in that airplanes in the night skies, like shooting stars, like that era of rap music, like when Kendrick was grabbing the little white girl or whatever and doing those type of sound songs. Flat Shasta sounds very much like that style.
Wish I could save your smile. I wish I
To where I know the white fans of hip hop, they're gonna like it. I would give Dollar Menu another solid 8 out of 10. I would give Flat Shasta like 9 out of 10. Very good song, very dope, different. This had a lot of range, man. Ray Vaughn got a lot of range on this project. But so yeah, I give it like a 9 out of 10. Very good song. If you know what a Shasta is, it's a soda. If you've been to the barbecue, you might see some Shasta. You know what I'm saying? You might see some Shasta in the cooler. You know what I'm saying? Affordable. You get what I'm saying? Tastes good. You get what I'm saying? Gonna do the job. Then we go into 3 p.m. at Dairies. Dairies is a dope.
If you don't take your ass down to the motherfucking dairy.
Dope song. I really like it. I really appreciate it. The features on this is really good, man. I really like what he's doing on here. 3 p.m. at Dairies is so dope, man. I really love the feel of this. Like I said, you could definitely hear that TD influence. Another dope song, man. Sydney Leona, she kills it on her parts. Another good song, man. I would give it like an 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, man. This overall project is dope, man. I don't want to talk y'all head off too much, but Isaiah Rashad is on there. J-Rock is on there. Lil Russell, Look at God. Again, amazing project. All these songs, Clown Dance, I've been scheming,
I've been plotting to get all that I want.
East Chant dope. Isaiah Rashad coming back. Isaiah Rashad been on a low for a little minute. He drops a dope feature on this.
Mama told me, watch your partners on me, keep you focused. How you gonna use my bed but don't pay rent?
Yo, this overall project is really good. And like I said, mixtape albums, I hate that whole thing. But I say definitely go look at it. Lil Russell shines on this. A lot of the features, Sydney Leona, Samara, J-Rock, Lil Russell, Isaiah Rashad, Ashley On, Jermaine. This project is dope. Suburban Kids, Miles Away from Heaven. Every song on this hits, and there's nothing to me that's less than a 7 out of 10.
Could be worse if I wasn't top dog. Hey, look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Every second of my life, I'm a ball.
Highly recommend you go listen to this project. Again, I don't care if it's a mixtape. I don't care if it's an album. The whole mixtape album thing, that's just too much for me. But project, this is one of the best projects to release this year. Him and Samba got to fight for this. And when somebody releases as good as music as this, as Hit and Samba, it always makes me look inside the media, because even Joe Budden came out before this project came out. He came out last week and said that Drake, Some Sexy Songs for You, has album of the year. And it's like, ain't no way.
Boy, ain't no way.
Because that's not even better than the Saba project. And now that this is around, ain't nothing Drake said better than this project. Overall, I'm really feeling this, man. I gotta give TDE their credit, man. They just doing the damn thing, man. And I'm really happy for Ray Vaughn, because it seemed like he was going to go the route of the Simba, the Simba guy who always just freestyling. He seemed like he was going to go that way. I mean, he even seemed like he was going to go the way of Reason. TDE, as much as I love them, they do have some issues. Ab-Soul is recently talking about his issues. Reason was talking about his issues. SZA talked about his issues. Kendrick was even talking about his issues. A lot of them had some issues. Isaiah Rashad has issues. Like, TDE isn't a perfect camp, but when they get it right, they get it right. And I think the amount of artist development and the time that they're taking with Ray Vaughn is going to be special, because he is a rapper, but this shows that he is a good song maker. That's the highlight that I took out of this project. Ray Vaughn is a good song maker. I definitely get it a solid 8 out of 10. You definitely need to go listen to this. You won't be wrong. Again, all of the songs here, Clown Dance with J-Rock, a highlight. Look at God, highlight with Lil Russell, a little bit more upbeat. He definitely shows you that he can make songs and that he has diversity. This project is diverse, and I love it, man. I sing his highest praises, man. Definitely go listen to this. This is Faceless Reed here. I just wanted to give y'all some closing thoughts on this album. This album is just ghetto feng shui. This is black trauma wrapped up in poetry, emotion, rhythm, good beat selection, good hook selection, good feature selections. Everything about this album just screams ghetto excellence, man. And that's what I love about TDE and Ray Vaughn. Ray Vaughn is providing me with everything that I need as far as like emotion, high energy. Look at God. I love when you talk about God. I love when you mention God. I love when you talk about your baby mama and your mother issues and your daddy issues and all your issues growing up and wanting to rob and wanting to steal and wanting to make it out the hood in the projects, man. This is something that you have to be of that culture to understand. that street urban culture that is conscious, if you ask me, that is in search of higher, in search of better, in search of more, in search of what it deserves. And that's what this project means to me. And I just wanted to kind of just give my final thoughts on it. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what's the difference between a mixtape? What's the difference between an album? This, The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu, sounds like an album. Shout out to Vaughn. Shout out to TDE. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Comment, like, subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. Donate to this Cash App link. Any dollar is appreciated. Join to be a member. Link is in the description. You get all this dope content and access to a bunch of different perks. Read My Soul is out. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Vaughn, you got one, son. You got one. The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu. Go listen to that right now. Peace.